So only a couple days away now from the fight, Tito.
Yeah.
How you feeling? How did training camp go? How did everything go?
Training camp went well. It was difficult the first few
Tito.
weeks. It really it was. I think the altitude is what gets you. Getting back into it after taking 8 months off. But as the months went on, or as the weeks went on, it got better and better and better. Everything happens for a reason. Everything falls into place, and you want to make sure you peak at the right time. And I think I peaked at the right time. Last night when I drove in, I got in about 4 a.m. and was able to come down to 15 for Big Bear and see the lights in Vegas, and you just get that butterfly feelings of like, all right, it's time again to perform, man. I'm excited though. I'm really, really excited.
You look bigger. Did you add mass?
No, I think I got in a little better shape. I started camp about four months prior, so I got almost 5 months into training. But I did it the right way. I started with my core strength. Get my back to normal, get my leg strength to normal, be able to squat and lunge and do everything normal. I think that was the biggest thing, being able to do strong how I was before. The back problems, people don't understand unless you have back problems what it's like. Having that fusion done from Dr. William Smith out of here in Las Vegas, I'm blessed. I think someone looking over me, either an angel or God or one or the other, but not having any back problems. Just even waking up, it's kind of funny because my assistant was like, man, even when you just walk, I walk behind you and you seem like you're walking normal. Because before I'd be walking all crooked on the side, but I would suck it up, man. Fighting meant that much to me, and I really didn't really want to get surgery done because I was afraid. But now that I got it done, I'm in great shape. I woke up this morning at 220. It's nice to be here, man.
What percentage of Tito were you fighting at back in the last couple fights?
I think the last 6 years, probably about at the most. When I fought Belfort at about 80%, when I fought Machida, I was probably about 80, 85%. But it was just the takedowns, leg size. I put about anywhere from 2.5 inches back on my legs just because I was able to squat. I'm doing 235, 5 sets, 20 reps. So I got my leg strength back. I'm able to push. Press weight, able to lunge weight, and before I couldn't do that just because of my back problems. It was so bad.
So you had to buy new pants, I take it.
No, actually, all my pants actually fit me good now. They fit comfortable. So all the chicks can check my ass out. So that's pretty cool.
With the two main events recently that have been close, controversial decisions, is that going to come into your head at all? That if it's a close fight, you got to finish it. And,
just coming into the fight, I'm gonna finish it. In my mind, I have to finish this fight. I watch the Couture fight, and I thought Vera won. I was like, wow, they gave one to Randy. I'm not going to leave it to the judges. Either that or I'm going to win decisively each and every round, and I'm going to try to cause as much damage in the short amount of time. Forrest is a great fighter, being a former world champion, and I respect him, but this is business. To me, this is fighting for my life. I ain't going to get punked for my lunch money, and that's what it really comes down to. To me, it's all about going out there and performing at my best and at my peak, and Forrest is going to bring a great fight. I'm ready for a war. I'm ready for 15 minutes of hell. I'm willing to die for my cause, man. And people say, oh, that's a little too much, but they don't understand because I put so much in training. I got 2 more mouths to feed. I got twins now. Now I got 3 boys, so I got to make sure I provide for them. And being a father and providing for them is my #1 thing. And that's what comes first beyond anything. Then it's about the fans. Fans want to see me back on top. They want to see me with a world title on my waist, and I want that. Me and Machida, when we fought, he beat me fair and square. I came close to submitting him, but he ran away the whole time. He didn't want to fight, and he's a guy who picked points and tried to win just by points. And I'm a guy to entertain and to push the fight with ferocity, and that's what I do. And Forrest is a guy to stand in front and want to do the same thing too. So that's why I think this fight makes sense and would be very exciting.
Tito, obviously you're focusing on yourself, but how do you think Griffin is going to come in on the back of 2 losses and a loss like the one that he's coming off? Are there questions about him? Does it make him more motivated? How do you think he'll be?
I think he'll be more motivated. He is here just to make the money and be done. I heard a lot of interviews of him saying he doesn't want to be a role model and doesn't want to do this, he doesn't want to do that, and it seems like a lot of negative thoughts in his mind. So, to me, it's really about not thinking about what he's thinking about. To me, it's about doing what I need to do to win the match. Forrest is coming off a couple of big losses, so I'm going to put him in those same positions. I'm going to hit him with those same shots, and I'm going to see if he has a little deja vu, because I'm going to hit him with some hard shots, and I'm going to look to draw blood. I think this is going to be a very bloody fight. I really, really do. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited. People haven't seen a fight like this year, besides maybe UFC 100. I'm going to go out guns blazing. Refs gonna have to pull me off. To me, it's just I got to put on a show. I got to win. I got to stop him. I got to do what I need to do in my game to make Forrest quit. And of course, he's not a guy to quit, but I have to put him in that situation. So, my hand's raised.
Who does a loss hurt worse, you or Forrest? Given both you guys have had some defeats recently, and you're coming off of surgery.
Well, the great thing about MMA, losses really don't count for much. Just as your last fight, I have a 6-fight deal with UFC, so loss is not even in my mind at all. For him, if he loses, Forrest is still Forrest. He's gonna fight. He still draws, and he lost to Tito Ortiz.
Can either one of you be in a title picture though if you have another loss?
No, it's just a factor. You got to rebuild yourself. If I beat Forrest, I ain't no title picture, not at all. I still have 2 or 3 more wins ahead of me. I think Forrest, Rashad, whoever the UFC put me in front of after that. Right now, all I think about is Forrest Griffin. That's it. That's all I've been training. That's all I've been eating, sleeping, watching. That's it. That's all I care about.
What about your striking? I mean, you talked about you want to bloody him up and you want to do this. I mean,
You'll see. You'll see.
Are you a better striker than we saw you before?
Yeah. I've been punching a lot harder. I worked with Freddie Roach for the first 6 weeks, finishing up with Saul Sleeves, my elbows, kicks, and punches for ground and pound and everything. I'm in shape. I'm in shape to go 15-minute rounds. Actually, I'm in shape to go 5-6-minute rounds with 30-second rest. So, 3 5-minute rounds with a minute rest. I don't know. I think it may have a little bit of upper hand. And, I look at it and let's see if Forrest can take the pounding. Let's see if he can defend the shot when he kicks. Because every time he kicks, he's going to get taken down. A lot of fighters don't take advantage of that when they see Forrest kick. They try to check all the kicks. The hell with that. I'm putting him on his back and back to the old Tito Ortiz, man. Where my ground and pound, where it's lethal. The first round of Forrest when he barely survived to get out of it. Well, the second round will be the same thing. And if he lasts through that, the third round will be the same thing. And they'll be carrying him out on a stretcher.
Do you think to a large degree he made his reputation on you? Because, at that time when
Of course he did. UFC's a great marketing. They understand what they're doing. They don't put fights against guys. Look at that, exactly what they did with Machida. Machida's a boring fighter, man. Fans hated his last fight because he's so damn boring. And, yeah, he had to pick it up 2 fights prior than that, but it's just one of those things. You know when you're famous as a fighter when they have other guys fight you to build their careers. And that's fine. I've been here for 12 years, and, I held the world title for the longest reigning light heavyweights ever done, and I'm going to do it again. And, it says a lot to build someone's name off another fighter.
Tito, what do you think about all these guys getting hurt, ill? A lot of top guys. I mean, what's going on?
Welcome to MMA. My camp, I had a lot of injuries. I got sick. I was sick for about almost 2 weeks. There's a couple times where I was like, should I take this fight? And then it was like, I'm not letting the UFC down. I'm here, man. I'm not letting them down. And, sick. As I told Lorenzo, with a broken leg, I'm still fighting. I wouldn't care. Not that I have a broken leg, but I'm saying if I had a broken leg, I would still fight. It wouldn't matter. That's the type of fighter I am, man. I've been fighting with injuries over the last 6 years. So I know what it's like to fight with injuries. And it's nothing new to me. But now that I have a new back and I have no problems at all, I sucked up some of those injuries and, I feel great, man. You're just able to do 6 5-minute rounds with 30-second rest at 7,000 feet of altitude. I know my body's in shape. I know I'm ready to go to war. I'm a warrior, man. And when it comes to step in the cage, just poker face comes on, lights come on, and it's time to react.
Given your time away, are you appreciating this moment anymore? Sometimes when you're doing something and you're not really thinking about it the first time, is it change the way you're viewing your sport now?
Yeah, I view my sport hugely now. Look at all you guys. 6 years ago, you guys would even be maybe you and you, and that's it. Now the sport is so big and it's on such a main stage. We're respected. We're looked up to, and it's not just you as a press guys. It's the little kids that come up to me. I went to a high school football game and at Corona Del Mar, and all these little kids were like, Tito, 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 and it's like, man, these kids are 14, 15. I mean, I've been fighting on them longer than these guys are old, man. And I just look at it and see how much of a main stage we're at. And I feel great at 34 years old. Randy Couture started his career at 34 years old. So I think this will be a new revised Tito Ortiz coming back and showing the best I can show. I want to be a world champion again. That's my idea, man. I really want to get back in there and have my hand raised time and time again. And, everybody's beatable. I showed that I could beat Rashad. I show I have a chance of beating Machida. But right now, it's all about Forrest and all about getting my hand raised, one match at a time.
Do you have any thoughts about how long you'll keep going? You mentioned Couture.
I would, I would love to be done by the age of 38. I would love to. You never know. If my body keeps holding up and keeps doing, maybe longer. If it doesn't hold up, maybe shorter. Right now, it's just one fight at a time. I got to take it as, each fight to me is a Super Bowl. I got to go out and give it all. Training camp before, I could go out and give it all. And so when it's fight time, I perform. Like I say, I don't look for decisions. I don't look to win by points. I look to try to stop the guys. I want to give the people who are watching the pay-per-view their dollars worth. People are spending $1,000 for front row tickets, their dollars worth, and I've been doing that for the last 12 years. That's why my name's so big, and that's why people love to watch me fight.